when you have heard the stories of children getting spanked and whipped with extension cords and trees and all the different type of violent material things by some parents, bro, we knew that shit came from slavery, bro. That shit came from slavery, from the racist ass European tan beige people who label themselves as white folks, right? Those European slave owners, bro, they the ones who passed on that spanking and abusing children from fucking slavery, bro. That shit started with Freemasonry. The melanated Masons, they supported that white supremacist shit with spanking children as discipline. So that caused a lot of these damn children growing up to be closed off from people growing up. You need to blame those melanated Masons, and you need to blame those European white supremacists for passing on that damn spanking children as discipline instead of talking to them, right? So we see this a lot in USA. The main stories, the most physically abused children on this planet is in Canada, USA, and United Kingdom. And of course, European countries, we know that because Europeans the ones who started that shit with, disciplining slaves with spanking and whipping. We know that. We know that. There's no denying it. You'd be crazy as fuck to debate that shit with me. Because I know a lot of my family relatives, as children, they got spanked and whipped by their parents because their parents was spanked and whipped by the fucking European slave owners. And that trauma of what the European slave owners did to a lot of my dark-skinned relatives who never grew up in the African and the Caribbean countries, they passed that on to some of their children and shit. And this is with a lot of individuals who grew up in these racist ass, evil ass Western countries. Right? So spanking is from slavery. Literally, spanking is from slavery, bro. For real. Like, what are we talking about here? Like, why do you think so many individuals, the people who get labeled like Pookies and Ray Rays and Chads and fucking Louis Costellos out here, the Tyrones, the Chads, the Pookies and Ray Rays, bro, they got physically abused by their parents when they was growing up. Because Pookie, Ray Ray, Tyrone, and Chad, they never got love from their evil ass parents. Because a lot of Pookie, Ray Ray, Tyrone, Chad, we know their parents were Freemasons. Because Freemason parents, they always spank and whip their children. They don't talk to their children about what's good, what's bad, none of this stuff. They don't get their children to comprehend things on a spiritual, esoteric level, bro. So like, spanking did come from slavery. So for a lot of you females out there, if you met a dude who be so closed off on a lot of things, just know that his parents or whoever was caretaking him was like, physically abusing him. Whether it might have been a racist, evil ass European tan beige parent who will label themselves like a European white person, and the list goes on, bro. Like, spanking came from slavery. It has a huge effect on these melanated skinned people in USA, especially in the southern states. Ask me if I'm lying. I'm telling the facts right here. This stuff is so real, man. Spanking came from slavery. You can't debate me with this, man. You can't do it. You cannot do it. It's for real. I'm willing to bet $500. I will bet everybody's bank account that spanking, physically abusing children, which caused them to be closed off individuals, is the reason why it came from slavery. I wanted to bet everybody's bank account that stuff is very factual. I'll be a financially rich person at the end of the day because I'm going to win that bet. That spanking came from slavery, bro. People, when you hear stories about people that got jumped, that shit came from slavery. Like, people getting jumped, ambushed, that shit came from slavery, right? The European slave owners, right? They literally fucking jumped a lot of these African and Caribbean melanated people during slavery, right? When they was trying to take over Haiti, try to take over Jamaica, try to take over Angola. Bro, spanking came from slavery, bro. There's no denying it. There's no debating it. You rarely, the only, and I'm gonna tell you this too. The main parents who literally don't spank and whip their children are African and Caribbean parents. Why? Because Africans and Caribbean parents, they're connected to the source. They're connected to Father and Mother Nature elements, right? All these Europeans trying to make melanated people act like they're white supremacist asses, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, we know spanking came from the Europeans. I guarantee you, a bunch of European people in USA be fucking spanking and whipping their children with extension cords, whips, all the violent object stuff, bro. That stuff didn't come, bro. That stuff is not normal. That stuff is from traumas that's passed on by these European slave owners. That's why I don't fuck with white supremacy. And these melanated Masons, these melanated Eastern Star people who support that shit, fuck you too. You not my damn kinfolk. I don't fuck with melanated Masons either. I hate they ass. They hate Africans and Caribbeans. So when it comes to these damn things about whipping children to discipline them, that shit came from slavery, bro. There's no denying that shit. Do you really want me to bring up a lot of stories about how a lot of people get jumped by individuals in different poverty neighborhoods or some shit in some different type of locations? That shit came from slavery too, because Europeans, they always try to gang up on dark-skinned Jamaicans, dark-skinned St. Vincent people, dark-skinned Angolians, dark-skinned Ghanaian people. We know this. Like, come on, soul fam. These damn human citizens, which I truly think is not really human because they synthetic as fuck. They don't got no soul. So they always want to deny this type of message. Like, bro, spanking came from slavery, bro. That shit is sad. And let me tell you this, the main melanated people who get spanked and physically abused the most are the dark-skinned ones. The ones who got the shade of indigo, the ones who got that chocolate skin tone, the ones who got that dark chocolate skin tone. They the ones who get physically abused the most during slavery. These are all facts. You can't deny it. And this happens in modern day slavery too. If you got my skin tone or any darker, you're getting physically abused. That's just how it is, especially in these Western countries like USA, United Slaves of America, ran by white supremacists. And you melanated Masons who support that shit, you not my kinfolk with your synthetic clone ass. And we're going to talk a lot about you melanated Masons too. Like, you are some frauds out here. But this is all I'm going to say about the topic about spanking came from slavery.